Hello, and welcome to my so-called life. Bit of a delay today. I finally turned my volume down. I want to welcome everybody who is here. Donnell, hello. Great to see you. Kilroy, Twin, Jess, hello. Yay. So, I haven't played this intro for a while. So, hold on.
You can always start without me.
No, I don't need it now.
No.
5 days of work. Let's all come and play. I'll sing the song.
What is that song? Oh no. Oh. I see what you're doing. Here I am thinking I'm crazy. My volume's gone. I got it.
No, my son's showing me the schoolwork that he's done.
Oh.
Yay.
I can double check it. I'm good at that. Well, hello, everyone. I gotta get my chat going.
I know. Hello. Welcome to my so-called life. It is Wednesday. I've been going for 3 days now. Does this count as like the Tonight Show with my so-called life?
Are you gonna have a different contestant every night? Somebody to hang out with?
Well, if anyone would like to, I'm taking applications right now. My manager is sitting right there. Please let me know.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yay. You know what? Kilroy is 100% correct. There are massive fires by my house right now.
Oh.
It is fire season. Yay. Hello, Donnell. Hello.
Hey, Donnell.
What grade did you get? And are you going to have to take this computer away from him? Actually, he needs more of the computer.
Well, all he does is, he takes most of his classes are online, like all of them but one, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have a bunch of crazy natural disasters by your house?
I mean, besides this hurricane that popped through last month. No. And it hasn't rained here since, the hurricane. But it's supposed to rain here tomorrow. So we'll see.
That song, It Never Rains in Southern California, is real. Yay! Hello. How are you? Yay! Great to see you.
I don't know why I'm waving. Like, I'm just
welcome. To be fair, I do that too.
Oh, do you?
I do that too. That's part of my whole hello.
Yeah.
Today, you know what's funny? Today was one of those days where I laid in bed an extra 10 minutes and I was right. I should have stayed in bed.
I mean, why'd you even get out?
Always listen to yourself. Always listen to yourself. You know, eventually
it's more work though. If I stay home from school, it's more work for me. I can't do it.
You know,
imagine having to write sub plans.
A lot of my job I can do by proxy, but that's just weird. See, I'd either be on the phone or like I could patch in, especially on this account. I could like patch in and see what people are doing. It's terrible.
Tammy, we're gonna have to do a live together someday. Just hang out together. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, you're always invited to come and join here in the House of Sewing.
You hear that, Tammy? You're invited too.
There's no state secrets. There's no state secrets going on around here. There's nothing too hardcore. I'm not the most political person. I talk about my struggles throughout the day.
Like what he had to eat for dinner.
See, I was ready. You know what? Tonight I'm ready because I had macaroni and cheese and beef ribs, so I'm full. So I'll try not to talk about food all night long.
Okay. Yeah. Like I'm just munching on graham crackers.
You know, I love those things.
They're fun. I've always enjoyed them since I was little.
I rediscovered them during the pandemic. I rediscovered graham crackers, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot about these."
No.
Yay! Absolutely.
Tammy, my
Yay!
hair was a mess too. It was like a last minute thing. Like I had it all up in a messy bun. I was almost ready for bed. Brush it out and come on. Let's do it. Oh, Donnell had pizza and breadsticks. Interesting. I'm reading ahead of your little scroll. I need to
Oh,
not.
please go ahead. Please, by all means. This is why I have a long intro, because I go around doing things in the beginning of my stream.
Hey, Tammy wants to know if you got the link for her.
Oh, let's go. I will put it in the chat.
Yay. Come on, Tammy. Come hang out with me.
Yay.
My channel. Like, come hang out with me.
Did it work? There we go. There we go. And if anybody else wants to join and you're a non-troll, come on in. Well, we kind of have to know you.
Oh.
Yay.
Welcome to Wednesday. It's still Wednesday.
Okay, let me remove that. Perfect. Yay. Hello, Melania. One day I will be able to say your name correctly. Is it Melania Montoya?
Yeah, I'm just going to call her Miss Montoya. That's right.
I try not to be one of those people. Because I speak Spanish, I think it's weird when people get an accent when they speak to people. Not everybody speaks Spanish, So I try to be polite and not assume.
I give my kids Spanish names. Or if their name can be translated in Spanish, that's what I call them at school.
I love that. Yeah.
They like it when I roll my R's, apparently. I don't know.
I can't do it.
Oh, she's doing it for you. Metlina.
Me like Metlina. Me like Metlina. Hello.
Hey. It's Melina.
Melina.
Melina's the name.
See, she's going to correct us.
I'm terrible. I am terrible at names.
Oh.
I have a really good memory.
Look, she said I was right. You're wrong, William, and you're the Hispanic guy.
I know. I told you. I give you my state secrets. I can't roll my R's. I speak Spanish fluently, and I cannot roll my R's.
We can't adjust my camera real quick.
We can't be friends.
I think it's because English truly was my first language. And
apparently it was mine too.
It's extremely hard to. And I
learned. Are you tongue-tied?
Yes.
There you go.
So, how are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you. I have been. I'm putting out a temperature quilt pattern by the beginning of the month, or by the beginning of January. Yeah. And I'm finally done with a lot of it, but I still have a stack of little bitty things to paper piece.
I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to being done with it. I am working on the letters for the month. Yeah.
And
William doesn't sew. He does. Oh, sorry, he sews, but he doesn't quilt.
I was ready for you, Coach. No, I'm ready. Actually, this evening I have my patterns cut out already. I just have the line.
Are you going to sew for us?
That would be so odd. It's like
I
out
don't
of
know
character.
if I can handle this. It's been you didn't sew for the last 2 nights.
I know.
Last night was purely distraction from the election was on every channel.
Yes, it was.
It was on everything. It was, and I live in Southern California. We have like 25 Spanish channels, like 15 channels in Korean. Every channel had the election, so I couldn't even escape.
Well, if you come over to my channel, I basically told everybody that there was no discussion of politics on my channel. You guys got to take an 1.5 hour break.
I watched your entire stream yesterday. I've been on this really odd quest since I've come back from Vegas. I'm trying to chop down the massive mound of laundry. I feel like I'm running a laundromat. Like secretly my son is like taking numbers at the front door. He's like, she just keeps washing, don't tell him. Here, $10. Like
Every time I talk to you, you have a mound of laundry. Like, how many mounds do you have? Like, I mean, serious.
Well, first it's because in the morning I get all I change at least once at my job.
I know.
Then I come home and change, so that's twice.
Okay.
And then if I'm streaming, I change. So that's like change 4 times.
Okay. And if you're streaming, you're probably not getting dirty, so you could probably rewear.
I know. He doesn't do
Random
that.
thought.
Is it dirty? Is this outfit that you're wearing now dirty when you take it off? Like, it has to go in the laundry?
No, like the vests, I ride with these. Like I go out in the public, I don't wash these until they get dingy or like
Oh, now the truth comes out.
Right.
But
just keep spraying it with something so you don't smell. You're good.
I know.
There is a point where that does not work any longer.
It's like one of those middle school boys.
At my job, we have commercial laundry machines. I try not to abuse the power that I have. I try not to. Because it's unreal to be able to go wash all your blankets in the same day.
Oh yeah. I would totally do that. You have
for
no
free.
So one of my clients, oh my gosh, guys, it's so hilarious. He worked in commercial laundry. That was like his job. And so he took all of the fabric that we bought at the quilt shop for his quilts, took it home, washed it, and starched everything for me.
Oh,
like I didn't have to do any of the prep work.
You were spoiled.
I was very spoiled on that one project and that one project alone.
I wonder how much people that do that. I wonder how much money they make. I am a capitalist in a weird way. Like I always say, like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this, and I end up doing it.
He was in management, so I don't know necessarily that, he wasn't one of the workers, so I don't know how much they make.
I've seen immaculate work with. I knew someone that would get their laundry done. I thought it was the most bougie thing on earth until they got their laundry dropped off and it was all perfect, full, it smelled nice. But I have a washer and dryer. I'm just not one of those people. I constantly talk about I need a driver. I don't know if I could handle that loss of control.
No.
I don't know if I could sit in the back.
I can't see you sitting in the back seat.
I can't see you sitting in the back seat either.
I mean, what are you doing? Are you surfing the internet? Are you eating? Are you doing a crossword puzzle? I mean,
I could live like a 1980s rock star and drive around in a Hey, Ollie! Yay! Hello.
So when your car door opens, a big red carpet comes out, so you can step out.
That would be awesome. See, now I have Joel Walsh. Life's been good to me so far. I love it. I was listening to it early. I feel that song. My Maserati goes 185. I lost my. It's such a good song. That is. I will spare you.
Thank you for blessing us with that song.
It's Wednesday night karaoke. If you didn't know, bring your own song.
I won't complain. He sings better than I do.
I think what's so funny. Every single person in my family can sing except for me. I'm not kidding you. They can all carry a tune.
You sing better than I do.
So we were in the hallway and we were transitioning from one classroom to another. It's 90s day, right? And so I'm wearing my 90s outfit. And all of a sudden I bring back Backstreet Boys. And I sing, I Want It That Way. And my whole class sings it with me. And I'm just running down the hall and I'm just spinning. I'm doing my thing. There's a video somewhere.
Thank you. Now I have Tell Me Why stuck in my head.
At least you did that versus a Britney song.
Oh, no. Britney and I did it along.
Because they would totally go home to their parents and start singing that, whatever song it was. And you might have questions later.
Modern Britney ruined Instagram for me. Her Instagram is a case study on why people should need freedom early in their life.
One kid dressed up as Nirvana, so I played Teen Spirit
Oh,
for just a little bit. And then another one was LL Cool J, so I had to put one of his songs.
I love Joe Walsh. I need to see that video.
It was a good day.
Yay! Hello, welcome. Hello, so Terry. Hello.
Hey.
No, Brittany is fun. I see Kilroy's comment. Brittany is fun. It's just that we're talking about minors here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Brittany is what happened when you're repressed. I know people that were extremely repressed their whole life, and then in their 20s they act how we did when we were teenagers, because they weren't exposed to anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
I live in a really weird area, and I see that all the time. Oh man, there's like 3 things I really just stopped myself from saying right now because I know certain family members watch my channel. So
I appreciate it. I don't need to get our attorney.
Oh, hey, if you've got an attorney, I'm going to borrow them. You got to share.
I need you to I have a confession, and Twin, I need you to completely and utterly give me a hard time for this. I'm a Karen. I try not to be, but but my son has autism, and it has more to do with the school. So I'm already claws out, but I'm a Karen. I need help.
So you need an intervention.
He needs a wig.
My son all day was coming with memes, and it was all dudes with the half wig. All day he's like, "This is you." All day he's like.
Does he do the same voice as you? This is you. Like he does that deep, raspy voice when he gives you stuff.
I hope he doesn't, because I smoked cigarettes for like 19 years, so I hope he never gets my raspy voice. I hope he never inherits the raspiness.
I'm sorry that you're a Karen or a Kevin.
I don't, and it's not even like, see, Alibaba has been here since the beginning. Alibaba knows that I have inherited many wigs.
Have you inherited the correct type? Have you inherited the correct one?
I just don't have. I have a very big nose. I just have giant features. I'm not a hair person, and I'm okay with that. I haven't had hair since.
But it's okay.
I haven't had hair since 1998. I'm not. I look. To me, I look insane with hair.
98.
Yeah.
So you were like a sophomore still in high school.
Don't make me pull the fro picture out again. I was balding. It started here when I was like 16. I was bald by 17, at least here, but I could hide it with my fro.
Yeah.
But as I got older, I was just like, what's the point?
Yeah. So it seems like you have a good shaped head for that. I have a bad head shape for being bald.
I knew I was doomed. Like everyone in my family is bald, especially my mom's side. Even the women go bald.
Oh gosh.
Yes, I'm not kidding you.
Are you serious? I'm so sorry. That's really rough on women.
I'm not kidding you. That's why I made that comment earlier about shaving. I'm bald all the way up to here. Back here.
Okay.
So when I grow my hair, I have the full Friar Duck going.
Dude, I think that you should grow it out just a little bit. Just let us see it one time.
Oh, yeah. It's so bad. I look like I'm in Earth, Wind, and Fire, 1972. When they were like famous.
Let's do a poll right now. Who wants to see William grow his hair?
Halloween is 11 months away. You have 11 months to grow it out long enough for your next Halloween costume.
I look like Homie the Clown. I'm not kidding you. From Old and Living Color, I have that round, perfect fro. It is so strange. I'll probably never grow my hair out.
There's no thumbs up, so apparently I lost that vote. There's a lot of LOLs in here, and apparently Donnell's dying.
Yeah, Kilroy's comment.
I look like Krusty the Clown. It is so. I look like, especially if I put my tweed suit on, I look like a used car salesman.
Wax on, wax on.
You know what's funny? This is just natural. I just naturally
Yeah,
shop.
how much lotion you put on that thing? Go ahead. I'm not even
I
gonna say the other word. How
don't
much lotion?
hygiene shame me. I am big on hygiene. If you're not putting on lotion, we need to have that's a whole other stream. That's a whole other conversation. Oh, the fire truck would look good with a monk outfit. Oh, I have full chainmail and everything. I
Look
go to
behind you, the
Renaissance
tweed.
Fair.
We can find a monk outfit back there.
I have
I
my.
think he can sew one,
I think so.
You know
and
what's
it would
really funny?
be it would be as easy as those moonwalk pants.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I actually I have a monk outfit. Many Alibaba knows. Alibaba's been here since the beginning. I have all kinds of costumes. You know, I need to see if my Misfits chainmail outfit fits. I made a costume. Let me see if I can find the pattern.
Oh my.
I need to grab.
He just needed to get off. Oh,
I've been
no,
cleaning. No, I've been cleaning. I've been cleaning, so I know where it is.
hey, when you're cleaning, there's a quilt that's over there. That's hold on
I
that
do.
way. That way.
It's that way.
Okay.
But I made that, and
Oh,
I put a giant Misfits patch on the back. I wonder if I still fit in that. I've gained quite a few pounds.
hey, it's
those.
buttons. Unless you made fake buttons. I don't know.
She polished that dome. You don't need it. You know, that's like when I washed it. During the pandemic, one night, I saw this guy in a van, and it was a Rogaine commercial, and he had a fro, and I was like, William, don't do it. In my head, I was like, don't watch this. But it was during the pandemic, and I was bored. This guy, he went and met his family, and everybody was clapping because he went from being bald to have hair. Long story short, it was hairspray paint.
Oh my gosh!
I watched a half-an-hour video of a man who spray painted his hair.
And you didn't know, did you? You didn't notice.
Oh, come on down to Wacky Wheels Used Automobiles. Patent pending. I love it. I
can't write that down. Next.
That's WWWA. Sounds like a wrestling organization.
Wacky Wheels.
Oh, I can't type anything because I'm laughing too much. Speaking of pants, any of you, those women's pants with the seam down the front of the pants, ever make those? Are those like, I want to call them Karachi pants, but I'm thinking of AC Slater.
I know what you're talking about.
I used to wear
not
those.
down the sides like usual pants.
But I can't remember what I used to dress like AC Slater when I was a kid.
They shouldn't be hard. I just don't have a pattern for them.
It's really funny. Sometimes I make my own patterns, but I like use the same pattern over and over because I found the perfect size for the.
I actually have one of those letter low books with like where you draw out your pattern from like the little bitty miniature or whatever. Like I can do that, but I don't usually make my own. Aside from
I
that.
found you an assistant, William.
I was educated on
Tammy, William, Tammy.
I know, right?
No, I actually know about Lutterlow. I was educated this year on Lutterlow, so I'm there. I actually know what you're talking about.
Just this year. Okay. So
he's on
my book is I'm looking to see if my book. Yeah, my book is actually down there. And it's a notebook about like this tall. It's like one of those like little bitty notebooks. The pages come out of the notebook. It has a little bitty diagram, but it tells you what, based off of what size you're trying to make, what measurements to measure. So you're actually drawing it out on like tracing paper and making your own pattern. You have to make your own seam allowances. Sometimes it has darts, sometimes it doesn't have the darts where they need to be. But you have to know what you're doing, putting patterns together. I've known about this for over a decade now.
She's your expert. She's your expert, not mine.
Like when I make my own clothes, I'll grab a pair of pants that fit at the time and I'll trace them. Or, I would take a shirt and fold it in half. That's how I learned how to start making clothes.
Every time I do that, I fail miserably. In order to make clothes, I have to use a pattern. But I also learned from someone that my grandmother worked at the International Ladies Garment Workers Union.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you could go into her closet and you couldn't tell whether she bought it at like JCPenney, Belk, or whatever, or whether she made it. You had to look for the tags.
Oh, wow.
And that's the lady that taught me to sew, and she taught me to sew clothes. I'm the only quilter in the family. I gave up garments to quilt.
Really quickly, so Terry said, I had a friend who was bald and self-conscious. Then he got hair plugs and he was self-conscious about them. Can't win.
Yeah.
I needed to hear that. I needed to hear that.
Were you really thinking? Were you contemplating that at one time?
No, I was just bored.
Okay.
But like I wanted to, like the guy literally was shiny head like mine, and then they showed him in the van, and I'm like, I want to be in a van and my family be there, and I'm like, look at my fro, look. It would look so weird though if I had like if it wasn't gray.
You're in the land of California. Anything can happen.
And to all those people who are about to move to California, welcome to the land of high taxes and snooty people.
And where everything's illegal.
Yeah.
No, I'm not kidding you. Everything is illegal in the state of California.
But people do it anyway.
I've been seeing, yeah, it's true. I've been seeing so many out-of-state plates. I'm not kidding you. People are flooding the state. And it's also because I drive a lot out in the middle of nowhere. It's just a lot of people are coming here. And we get flux. This is a transitory city. Most people that live here are not from here. So, you know. Ace sweatshirt is a template for making quilted jackets. Exactly.
Nice.
I would still feel miserably. I've tried it.
I've learned. I had a pair of shorts that I used as a template, and I'm so mad I cut them. And no matter how many times I patch them, I'm so mad every time I put them on. I'm like, oh yeah, I cut these.
I'll have to do that with my dresses. Just lay it down, make a pattern. I like to wear dresses.
Well, I hope you're not downwind. You know what? I am. And I'm just glad that, you know what? And people talk a lot of trash about Kaiser, but when there's a fire, I order asthma medication and they give it to me, no questions asked. So I'm going to be living on my nebulizer this year. I have a bad feeling.
Oh.
It's fire season. And right now we have like 20 or 30 mile an hour winds in my neighborhood. So I can imagine it's even worse by the beach.
How long does that usually last for y'all?
It's a winter thing.
Just a winter thing.
Yeah. Where it's always windy this time of year. That's why we were freaking out because it was so hot. Oh, excuse me. How's it over there? I'm on the complete opposite coast. I'm in Michigan, Maryland. It's weird when it's fire season because first you wake up and the sky's orange and it's eerily beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've had some fires in Western North Carolina and they've brought a lot of smoke this way.
That's crazy. And
it was 2 years ago, I think, when that happened.
We just had a almost 200,000 acre fire in the state this year.
Good grief.
This summer.
Good grief.
The snow put it out, thankfully.
That's like, oh, so sorry. It's one of those things that's happening right now. It's so strange. I swear, sometimes I feel like someone's starting this, but I have no way to prove it in any way. But it's like clockwork. Every year there's a fire around this time of year. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist kind of person. Like I need proof, but it's like clockwork every year.
Yeah. It's just that season.
Yeah.
But we have an army of firefighters in the canyon. By my job is where they house like all the voluntary and involuntary firefighters. And I'm not kidding you. It's so weird when there's a fire. They come honking down the canyon with this giant bulldozer, and they're driving fast with this humongous bulldozer in the back of the truck. They're like, get out of her way. We're not braking. It's a sight to see. It is a sight to see. In 07, there was a fire that destroyed half the ranch. It's the strangest thing to walk up to a stump and it's still burning like a month later.
Oh, that's not good.
Or it's still smoldering, you know?
Yeah. Oh.
I'll get no breaks.
Oh, I think I should make that Renaissance thing. My skills have improved since the first time I made that.
I think you should. I think it would be awesome.
We want to see it.
I pride myself on making more practical things. I know my hoods are crazy, but I make clothes to wear. And so
I haven't seen very many.
I wear everything. I wear everything I make.
That's why he has so much laundry.
There are people that are like, what planet? Do you know people legitimately ask me if I'm an alien? They're like, are you an alien? And I'm like, aliens don't exist, man. At least not around here. I guess I'm more of the Mork and Mindy kind of alien, I guess.
I would agree.
You know what? I had an eccentric parents, so it just, you become just like that,
And you're the baby, and you probably got whatever you wanted. So yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what it was? I won't even lie. Because I came later in life, my parents were successful by the time I came around. So all my brothers and sisters, they had a different upbringing than I did. A much different upbringing. That mystical life. Did you hear that? Kenmore unlocked. Did you get that Kenmore unlocked and sewing? Yes, I did.
Is that what you're sewing on today?
No, I have my my Bernina out because I'm bougie. And I still, I'm gonna, that thing is actually pretty hardcore. So I have a bunch of denim I'm going to be sewing with that. I have this really crazy idea. I've kept the sleeves of every jacket I've ever cut the sleeves off of. I'm going to make a pair of pants out of that. Because it's still really good denim, But I have to think about it. I have to sit there and cut all the strips out and line everything up.
So what are you sewing?
I'm going for something because I love wearing crazy things. Cow hoodie.
Is it a Highlander cow hoodie?
I have the tiger stuck in my head right now. I was pre-gaming hardcore in here. It's
all these people know how much I like Highlander cows. Oh, it's like a Holstein.
This is much fun.
Now I'm gonna start working on it.
Okay.
Hi, Mona.
This is something that's not gonna take too long, so that's why I sit here, much like pants. But you know what's funny? I'm really starting to love tweed pants. A dog. Not talk while I really type that. Yay! Hello, Mona. Great to see you. Great to see
Mona.
you. Is there such thing as an election hangover? All day, every time I clicked on a video and I didn't see an ad, I was like, yes, yeah. They got the message.
Not American. You're fine.
I'm sitting there scrolling past all the Facebook status updates from both sides, and I'm just going, yep, I'm not going to be offended by anything. I'm just going to keep scrolling. Let's go find something that's not political.
I'm really shocked. I've stuck to my guns. I've been off of Facebook almost for a year. I still accept friend requests and I'm still in groups and stuff, but I haven't posted in a very long time or even gone on the feed.
Yeah.
Hey, hello. And this was real. Like
everybody's friend request.
Oh, if you send me a friend request. Yeah. I don't go on there that often. Shame me.
You're here. We're here.
Did you hear the creaking when I opened it up right now? Oh,
I think Mike is in my. I think Mike comments more in my. Mike and Jess comment more in my group than you do.
I try to get to all the pictures and like them. And
that one that you. When are you supposed to hear back about QuiltCon?
The week of December 2nd.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to see it? You want me to get it out?
Yeah. Have you seen it, William? Oh well, you were there last night. So yeah, you saw.
Oh yeah.
You saw Jess's quilt.
Hold on. I'm gonna make you big really quick.
What is the finished size of that, Jess?
Oh, that's trippy. I wear that.
It's so trippy.
What's size?
Yeah.
Like I remember measuring it. It's 19 inches by 18 and a half.
That's not
so
bad.
It's almost square. I know I was like short by one of these quarter-inch pieces or something like that. But
there's a few people in here. Eve, welcome to the House of Sewing.
Right, you can unpin me. I don't want to be big anymore.
Oh, sorry, I'm all up. See, Kilgore is 100% right. Social media is awful. It is just a black hole. So social media is a nuclear dumpster fire. I just didn't like all the hatred. And there's people I've known my entire life who won't talk to each other over petty differences. What I consider petty
political differences. Yeah.
It really doesn't matter if you actually like me on Facebook, but you can if you want.
I'm friends with people that I was in the Boy Scouts. I know that's a shocker to some people, but I'm still friends with people I was in the Boy Scouts with. And there are people who I've known for 30-something years who now hate each other. Mm-hmm. My friend, I won't say her name because I won't shame her, but she's in her 70s. And there's a group of families. We've all been friends my entire life. They've known each other longer than I've been alive, and they're not talking over the election. And they go to the same places, they go to the same churches, same store, but I don't know how you could not talk to someone that you've known for 50 or 60 years. And you have the same places.
No, the strips were. Well, I guess they were. I made them, I cut them, and then folded them and weaved the fabric together.
Well, not pre-made, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're there. You're not kidding. I had someone who was, in my opinion, trying to scam me. When you search their name, there's so many profiles, and that's scary. Do you know I'm subscribed to one woman is in Australia and the other one's in the UK, and they bust scammers. It is so interesting. It had some rust. I'll probably sell it. Oh, wow. Child sewing machine, Kenmore. I need more room. I know the feeling. I got rid of my keyboard. Every 6 months, I bring a keyboard in here trying to revive my music career that never existed. And then it leaves in 6 months' time. It's gone by Christmas every year.
A music? What?
I own a 6-string banjo, a 4-string banjo, countless guitars, a few electric guitars, an auto harp, all kinds of fun stuff.
Wow, I didn't know you were musically inclined. Look at you.
I love playing music. I absolutely love playing. The banjo is a fun instrument, but playing the banjo, it's one of those instruments that you do not need an amplifier for.
No, you don't.
Did you try?
No, choking.
No, they're so loud. They're so loud. I like that one.
They're insanely loud.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, Alibaba. I'm addicted to watching those videos because also I forward these videos to my mother. I'm like, don't believe anything anyone tells you ever on the internet. You probably want to start a garage band, but the problem is your garage is full of sewing machines. I've actually heard that sentence before.
Never mind. Yeah.
One of their friends looks physically, mentally handicapped, so they've already seen several profiles. Check their friends list. I know what you're saying. There are so many scammers. Mona is 100%. I tell, even with my son all the time, he's in certain groups and they prey on ASD groups or certain groups online. And he'll get a message like, "Who are you?" And I'll message back like, "He has involved angry parents. Who are you? Who are you?"
Is your son on social media?
Yeah, but like, my ex-wife and I both kind of control it.
Yeah.
Like we both.
That's a safe way to go.
Like it's our social media. We want to show people that you know why? Because we both kind of give up on Facebook, but like, he's young. Good luck trying to send him a message though, because I'm all up in his business. Thank you. The Fender banjo I inherited, the 6-string, I spent a whole paycheck on that 16 or 17 years ago. Fender instruments in general are extremely expensive. I inherited that banjo. That's the banjo where it's in the hard case. It's hidden in the corner. No accidents are allowed around that instrument. My kids used to use Snapchat. I was never really into. I don't know. I was I know this is going to be strange to people. I was not a social media guy. I'm big on being outside. I'm big on nature. And then the pandemic happened.
That changed so much for everybody.
It was hard for me, but I needed the interaction because it was hard for me being trapped in the house because I'm an interactive. I would go out and meet people. Even when I go to the fabric store, I make friends. The truth is, people are so curious. They see me with my patches and my denim on. They're like, "What are you making? What can I get that all the time. Excuse me. What are you making? What are you going to do with all of that fabric?"
I had this one guy that came in when I ran the sewing machine store and sold Berninas, and he was full decked out biker gear. He'd come in and ride in on his motorcycle, but he'd come in and he was amazing at thread painting, and he'd never sewn on a sewing machine until he happened to pick one up and started playing around with it. But he'd come in and everybody would just like go to separate corners because they were all scared of him. But I knew like he was coming to me because he was going to buy more thread, or he was like looking for another idea.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's fantastic.
I had to go on for them. I was a stalker mom. I'm the same way.
That's what I tell my husband. I'm like, what's your job?
And that's the one thing people judge.
They do.
And again, I'm going to say it again. Shout out to because I walked in with some really my patches said some really filthy stuff, and they were so nice to me, and not even the fake nice. They were like genuinely nice to me because I can tell when you're shaking inside. But see, that's the thing. There's just good people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you
Trust
never
me,
know.
you probably weren't the weirdest thing that walked in. So
And that's why now that I know more about them, that corner, there's a giant Harley store. There's like a Harley store in downtown, but one of the biggest Harley stores in Vegas is on that side near So
so
I'm
it's
like,
a regular thing.
they're an outlaw country. They are literally an outlaw. Like where their store is, that's biker country. So I'm sure I'm not the worst person that's ever walked in there. Oh, but it made me laugh. They were really down home people. I was going shopping for fabric, but how people are probably being judged. You know what though? I'm going to tell you. I walked into Hobby Lobby one time, and the staff prayed over me. I took my fabric and walked out. I'm not kidding you. I have pictures. I will show you. I took pictures. I'm not kidding you. Because the manager was following me around, and then I turned around, and there were 7 people.
You're praying for your soul.
It's because my patches said some hardcore stuff on the back, and I get it, but they and I didn't care. I bought a ton of fabric that day and went home, and that was probably the day I bought that weird plaid fabric and made that awesome coat. So
Maybe they were praying that you would have success with the plaid. Just saying.
my patches said godless sewing on them, so they were like, "What? You don't make sense being in here. You do not make sense at all being in here." So it really.
Good morning, Giovanna.
Yay! Good morning. Good morning. I also have a 100-year-old mandolin. I love playing the mandolin. I grew up playing bluegrass, so that's my thing. That is my thing.
No way. I can't
It's
see you on bluegrass.
every Friday. Up the street from my house, the pizza place still has an open Mike's Bluegrass night every Friday. Oh, that's awesome. I would love a 12-string. Oh my god! Impossible to find. I never know though. All that stuff is still out there. I find all kinds of weird stuff when I'm thrifting. And I'm like, you either got this at an estate sale or somebody or you don't know what you have.
Yeah.
Sincerely, you're trying to randomly come up was refreshing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All heads turn when I get into the shop. Then they overhear me talking to the staff, and yeah, great to see you, Giovanna. Hello.
Hi, Giovanna.
You know what? I know that I don't have that stereotypical look, so I kind of expect it. Especially when I walk into the mom and pop shops, there's this really I almost said their name. But this really tiny shop in my town, I walked in and the lady was like, "Can I help you?" And because I'm a smart aleck, I was like, "Is this a boat? Is this a boat shop? This is a boat shop, right?" And she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "No, I sew, And then I always show people my YouTube channel, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so."
And you really do so.
You don't know who I am? Let me pull myself up for you.
Are you kidding me? Shorts have shorts are even easier because people, they have short attention spans. I'm always like, go to the shorts. And they're like, "Oh, did you make that?" And I'm like, "Yep, all of it."
You better subscribe tonight.
It works sometimes.
Yeah.
Back when I used to wear my patches with my channel name on it, I have my so-called life patches too. Sometimes I'll come home and I'm like, "Oh, I gained a subscriber. It worked." The craziest though was at the grocery store. There was this young lady who thought I was somebody else, and she was like, "You have a YouTube channel?" I was like, "Yeah, my so-called life." That next week, she looked at me and she's like, "I look at you completely different." But I thought she probably thought that I was, rough and tough. I have thick eyebrows, so I look like a Bond supervillain. I do. I I look like Telly Savalas when I'm completely shaved. Yay, I've been getting ready for bed, so I haven't been chatting. That's okay. If you try to pray over somebody in the shop here, you'd lose some teeth. They Kilroy, they outnumbered me like 9-1.
That's when you just give in.
And the manager looked like she does CrossFit. I think I know her from high school too. The worst part is because I'm from here, a lot of these people, I'm like, I think I know you. I think I know you.
Made a name. Yeah.
Yay! Hello, Katie. Great to see you. Yay! Thank you so much. It's weird moving back to my hometown. It's really strange because I was gone for a solid 11 years. And, when you move back, it's like going back in time.
I never want to move back home. Mm-mm.
I'm not moving back home for that exact reason.
It was the strangest thing. It was a really I constantly talk about it. I was sitting in my parents' house after 11 years of traveling, doing all these crazy things because nothing had changed. I felt like Bilbo Baggins at the end of just sitting there I went through this great adventure and you come home. Or even if you're into sci-fi, what's that Matthew McConaughey movie? Is it Inception? No, not Inception. Oh, what is it called? Oh, I can't remember now. It's probably in this room somewhere. But there's this really hardcore scene because of time dilation. I won't give away the movie, but he's just sitting at his house after a crazy adventure. Yay! Hello, everybody. So moving back to my hometown wasn't the best idea.
I would go back to visit, and like things would still be exactly where they were, but when you move away from your childhood home, you go back to it and you think that the rooms were all so much bigger than they actually are. And that same thing happens with your hometown. Everything, feels so much smaller than it was.
So true. When I came back, the street signs, everything seemed smaller to me. That is so true. I remember the first time I came back.
All the driveways are so much more narrow and packed in, and yeah.
The trippy thing for me is like my son goes to the same high school that I did, and it hasn't changed. So when I pull in the parking lot, I'm like, it's this. I was in a car accident in 1999 on the same street that I make a left now every day. It is the strangest thing. And that Volvo saved my life. Being in that Volvo saved my life. Every time I see it, I want to play some Styx music. I am working on a cow hoodie, but coach came to join, and then
no, I'm waiting. I'm not getting off until
reciprocating.
Do it.
Oh, you're on West Coast time, huh? I'm
on West Coast time.
If you go back to my hometown, I wouldn't recognize it at all. It has grown so big. That's one thing that happened here too, is that this place exploded. Southern California in general exploded. This used to be a cow town, and it's just there are hundreds of thousands of people here.
Hey, cow! We went from four feet to 2.
When I was a kid, you could go wandering in the hills. There were like animals. Now they have shaved every mountain. They have, it's urban development.
There's people everywhere.
Everyone I knew moved out. That's one thing. I felt like a success because I actually did something with my life, so I didn't come back empty-handed. This used to be a place to raise a kid, so that was another reason why I stayed here. Because this, for all its negatives, this is still very much like white picket fence. I wave at my neighbors.
Yeah, family centered.
Very much so. Very much so. So for as much as I don't like this place, it's still a functioning city where you can walk around. When I was in like cities earlier this year, the only part of it had grown was the west, and the rest of it looked as run down as it did when I moved away. That's the weird thing. That is the weird thing about my town. Have a great night, Donnell.
Good night, Donnell.
Good night, Donnell.
Gentrification has taken over my town. They put in this $1 million. I feel bad because there was it was the original part of my town, and they completely gentrified it. There's a bougie movie house there where they only play like indie movies. They put a apartment high rise in the middle of our town. It's almost like a McMansion. A military family, so many hometowns. I get that, Alibaba. Hey, Greg. Hey. How's it going? Every time they said your state last night, I thought of you, Greg. Every time they said your state.
Oh. He said the paper, the pineapple.
Hello, pineapple people.
Yeah.
Great to see you. Great to see you. Let me catch up with the chat. Yay. Just wait until the Salton Sea dries up in the Palm Springs is uninhabitable. I feel like that about Phoenix and Vegas. Even when I'm in Vegas, like when I'm in the hotel, I'm like running water, and I'm thinking like they're not gonna have water like 50 years from now here. It's just it's the strangest thing, but we're humans. We'll find a way. Yeah, I know. I'm extremely fancy.
He's moving up in the world.
I was working with Tweed. Saw some online I really liked. I love working with Tweed, but I like working with more stiff material.
I am so glad I started testing this. My S is backwards.
Yes.
It's okay.
Right.
I do things like that all the time. You're in the right place. You are in the right place.
All of these letters that are going to be
I put it in
irreversibly
there anyway.
backwards. Yeah.
Put it in there anyway. Do it.
How do you spell September with a backwards S?
Well, it's my month, so it's okay.
In some languages, you know.
Yeah, this one's supposed to be for my husband. I don't think he'll be pleased.
Yeah. All right. Start back over again.
You know what's are you talking about? I've never seen the show Westworld. I know that's crazy. I have never seen that show. But I was obsessed with Waterworld with Kevin Costner. That was a great movie. And they had a show at Universal Studios. They had a Waterworld show at the Hollywood Universal Studios all the way up until like the 2010s. Well, the whole set was there. You know, they had to do something with it. Today was the first day in months. I haven't had 5 political mailers for real, though.
Concur.
You place the bottom outward. It's okay. Oh,
What a race.
It's a swirl. No, it's not a swirl. Good idea, but no.
there's all kinds. You could like do Bizarro World Superman. I was really into comics when I was a kid. Bizarro World Superman, his S was backwards.
Does green and cream work?
Yeah, because everything was the exact opposite. You could totally change his outfit.
Oh.
Well, I've only made one letter, so at least I know how to fix all the rest. So before I finish writing the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
I was really into bad movies. I loved The Postman. I loved that movie with Kevin Costner. I loved that movie. And no, I have not seen 1 minute of what's that new show that he's on? They film it on the opposite end. Oh, what's it called? Oh, I can't remember. But I keep on seeing on the freeway Dutton Ranch trucks everywhere.
Yellowstone.
Yes. They film it out here. Sorry to destroy anyone's fantasy. It's filmed in the outskirts of LA.
I assumed that, but yeah.
I actually took a picture of one of their trucks on the freeway. And then it was really awkward because I walked in and it was a bunch of extras and they were looking at me and I was like, well, I actually work at a ranch. What do you guys do?
Yeah.
And they all kind of looked around. I was like, all right, well, if you're going to stare, I'm going to ask stupid questions. Can you use the backwards as a template and top stitch the bottom to make it nice?
Well, where it's going, that won't work, but at least now I know that it physically works. It just needs tweaking. So it's not. It's not mirror image.
Oh, sorry. I got the machine going last night, Mona. And you know what? I stand by B movies. I love intentionally bad movies and movies that don't know they're bad. I miss the old sci-fi when they have those terrible movies like Rock Monster, Cave Creature, or Yeti. I miss those terrible, terrible movies. What about Soylent Green 1973? I think I have a weird collection of movies. Physically it works, it just needs tweaking. Been there.
No, I'm not free motion thread painting. This is paper piecing. So I can trace all of this on the back of what I've got and then redo it on the opposite side. So it'll still work, but yeah, no. This particular one will go bye-bye.
See, now I have to watch Westworld. I've never seen it before. Wow, it's something I haven't seen. I am a sci-fi geek. I'm literally rewatching Babylon 5 for the gajillionth time right now. I am just the definition of a sci-fi geek.
Okay, I did like Babylon 5, but I'm not huge on a lot of movies or shows. But I did watch Babylon 5.
I don't know. In a weird way, I didn't realize how much I missed 90s television until it was gone.
Yeah.
I own every episode of Stargate, every episode of I know that's shocking to no one that I have a giant collection of television and movies. Soylent Green in Westworld was creepy. I've never seen it either. Thank you. See, Mona and I are very much alike. I've never seen that. Practical effects sci-fi was the best sci-fi. I miss those days. I miss all of them. That was probably why they're still stuck in my head and why I have nightmares. You know, when I was a kid, Hellraiser, for some reason, lived rent-free in my head. Pinhead scared me so much when I was a kid.
Yes.
That in the movie Event Horizon, I won't give it away, but I remember being like, I'm watching you being served right now. And are you being served? Do you know what's really funny? On YouTube right now, there are all kinds of weird shows that people are pirating and bootlegging. I'm watching every season of Are You Being Served that I haven't seen. I watched Designing Women. Judge me, okay? Judge me. I watched the Bob Newhart show. I fall asleep to it. I can hear the theme song right now.
I love Designing Women.
Uh,
that was one we were allowed to watch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a time capsule too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a time capsule because their references are so 1991. I'm like, oh, I know what they're saying. I get that. I get that.
All the 90s furniture, the pinks, and oh my gosh.
Yes.
I love Stargate and Stargate Atlantis. Thank you, Katie. I have all of them as well. Thank you. I still watch them. I'm actually taking a year off because I watched it so much. Event Horizon was decent. I love Bob Newhart, and now because of these bootleg pirated channels, I've seen almost every episode. It reminds me of when I was a kid. I grew up in a house of television watchers, and so every room somebody was watching something, and I'd hang out with my parents because I was the youngest. I still watch, you know what's so funny? Some of their jokes, I'm like falling on the floor laughing. You know, after all these years, they're still relevant.
Yeah, and some of them are even more relevant now.
They're so true, so true. You have to watch Miranda. It's so funny. I will. I'm always looking for something new to watch because I am stuck in the past a bit. And because I have the ability to I literally watch Airwolf because I'm stuck in the past. Right now, I'm on a Criminal Minds binge. You know, I could not take that show after a while. That show got to me. That show gave me nightmares.
It can. I had to stop. I was watching it from season 1, episode 1 through, and I got to a point where it was too real.
Same.
But that and NCIS, the original NCIS, will do that too. Not to the same degree because you could disconnect a little bit more, but
my father obsessively watched that show, and he was in the Navy. And I asked him one day, I was like, is this realistic? And he looked at me, he said, no. I'm like, but you've been watching the show since the beginning. What are you talking about? He's like, no. And he told me, in the Navy, if NCIS shows up, the whole ship goes on lockdown. They take the ship out to the sea. It's a real investigation. It's not like television. Oh,
it is the posh version.
Oh, absolutely. But it just made me laugh because I was like, but you obsessively watch the show. He's like, it's on TV.
Best answer ever.
I still watch Airwolf. It's because they had I'm of this weird age where I want to own the media, and that's starting to go the way of the dodo. And so I'm starting to buy as many DVDs as I get my hands on. It's super deep with Criminal Minds. Absolutely. It got to me. And I think also because my son was at a really young age, I just couldn't watch it anymore. Do you know what I had to stop watching? Was true crime.
Oh, I know.
I was looking at my neighbor like, oh no, you can't come near. I'm like scared of everybody.
I can't watch any of the true crime stuff or the Fear Thy Neighbor or any of that kind of stuff because my husband was a cop for a while.
Yeah.
He was actually a cop when we met, and he watches all of those. I can't watch them because he will be sitting there on his phone looking these people up to see what happens at the end of the story. And so he's like giving me a blow by blow like it's a football game. I'm just going, no, you just ruined it.
Almost didn't Baywatch. I know the feeling. I know exactly what you're talking about. It got to me. True crime got to me after a while. Oh. And that, you know, it's funny. There's very few things that I would dream about. The show The Walking Dead, every Sunday when I would watch it, I would have a nightmare.
Never watched that. Mm-mm.
I didn't watch The Walking Dead, but I watched Supernatural and Legacies. Like I've watched a whole bunch of other vampire stuff, but I haven't watched Twilight or The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead spoke more about the human condition and less about zombies. It showed how terrible humans would be if we didn't have rules. And I think that's what
I really don't need to see that then.
I think that's what scared that. Like in my mind, subconsciously, every Sunday night, I'd have a dream. I'm not, and then I'd have these strange dreams that I'm like running through my old high school looking for supplies, and I'd wake up like, that was the most weird dream I've ever had. What is going? I stopped watching the show. It changed my life when I quit watching that show. Have a great night, Mona. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Umbrella Academy. Yeah, I've watched some of that.
I don't watch true crime. That's better than everybody came through our town. That pretty much ruined it for me ever considering watching that kind of thing. Oh, wow.
Mm-mm.
Ever watch Billboard?
Billiards.
Oh, Billiards. No,
I haven't.
But I watch because I watch curling. I'm actually really into curling. I've learned so much since the pandemic. I'm actually in a curling forum. And I'm subscribed to USA Curling and Canada
They call
Curling.
them sweepers.
I love curling. I got into
Hi,
it.
Katie.
Yeah, hello. I got into it during the pandemic, and then it just stuck with me. And now I watch when they go live. I watch America and Canada. They have tournaments all the time.
Good to know. Well, I mean, it's like it's like off of hockey. You know, you're in the same.
Very much so.
See, this is you have to have a connection, and that's it.
There's a whole like there's you know, there's a skill to it. There's a real skill to it. The Umbrella Academy. I watched the first 2 seasons. And then I kind of got out of it. I wanted to be a zombie extra. I just couldn't get to Toronto. Oh, I would love to do something like that. Absolutely. Have a great night, Mona. I can't do zombie shows. The zombies would be wiped out in 10 minutes in rural areas. I think about that all the time. I don't get the fascination about zombie shows. What do you think? What do you think it is that people love zombie shows?
The gore.
I was going to say the escape from reality. You know it's not going to be real.
Yeah.
I always think it's because people don't want to pay taxes. So they just want to live in RVs and go siphoning gas out of I'd rather have central air. Sorry. That makes me bougie. Judge me, please. It's one of those strange things, though. I'm really into odd stuff like that. People are shocked when they find out that I'm into space stuff, but when I was a kid, my pops worked for Boeing. I'm actually wearing a Boeing jacket. This was my dad's old jacket. I just put patches on it. If you'd get this he'd get one of these every year. And it'd always say, "Thank you for being part of the Boeing family." And it even says it on the tag. It says, "You're a part of the Boeing family." I had a lot of trouble trying to watch Sons of Anarchy. Okay, I could go off about Sons of Anarchy. I think it's city people fantasy about what life in the wild would be. That's real. That's for real, though. That is because they just want to wander around. To me, it's people who don't want to pay taxes. But again, because that's really what it is. You're just feral. You're just feral at that point. You're not paying taxes. You're not going to the doctor. I couldn't imagine not getting a checkup.
You were definitely a city boy.
Needless to say, yes, I am. I've lived out in the country. I could do it,
You couldn't do it.
but I love modern conveniences.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Took a girl when she was 12 years old. Wow. Hey, Mitzi. Hello.
Hi, Mitzi.
That is more than creepy. Absolutely. I love Doctor Who. I am the same way, Giovanna. But I must confess, after I have not seen any of the new Doctor Who. If it's on Disney Plus, I have not watched it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the one streaming service I don't have.
You need to find friends and share.
I'm glad that I gave my account to my Netflix account to my mom. I'm glad that she's obsessed with it, and I know she's obsessed with it because there's a bunch of English dramas in there, and I'm not watching them, so I know she's watching. If it has to do with a Viking or if they're English, my mom's watching it.
Yeah, I know you're watching Downton Abbey. Go ahead.
You know what's funny? I grew up watching that because I have old parents. So I'm not going to sit here in front like I don't know what's going on. I was raised by senior citizens. So there's a lot of stuff that a lot of the old. I think that's why I love the old school stuff so much. Because my parents were basically retired by the time I came around.
I know. I got to come up with the name of it.
That's crazy. There's a school by my house that they didn't put a fence up until 6 or 7 years ago, and the whole town was like, "This is insane that you didn't have a fence this entire time." And it was on the main avenue of our town, and it didn't have a fence.
Oh wow.
Okay, William. Keeping up appearances.
I love
with
that
Hyacinth.
Are you into Prunella Scales at all, or Penelope Keith? I literally have a Penelope Keith channel. I'm not kidding you. Go to Brother Neckbeard. No Job for a Lady is on there. All 3 seasons. There's a play by Prunella Scales and a really awesome it's a show about these brothers. One is from Jamaica and the other one is half English and half Jamaican, but he's a total wannabe. And it's 1980s England. I have an English channel. You should go check it out.
Well, you were saying all this British and the old shows and all of that. I'm just going, there's this one show I bet he's watched. I have no idea any of the other stuff that you were talking about just then. But that one show.
I'm obsessed with old school British television, like Home to Roost, all of it.
My parents would put that show on and just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Mm-hmm.
They'd wake me up or keep me awake to watch that. Missy says she loves that one. Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that show as well. That Last of the Summer's Wine. I haven't watched it since. I love Doctor Who. And it's not even I don't get into the politics behind things. If I like something, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
And it's not even about all the politics behind it. I just haven't watched it recently. It's not. I don't even have a good excuse for it. I kind of really do want to watch it, but
I do watch the Great British Baking Show though.
I love that show.
Oh, I do too. That one gets me into trouble because then I want to go bake things.
I know I can't do it, but I tried the bread and stuff. So yeah.
The Food Channel, there was one time I was watching diners, drive-ins, and dives, and I drove to Arizona after watching a show from where I live. Well, we were going to go there anyways, but I was like, oh, let's go. And we went. And the ironic place is now they have a restaurant in Vegas. It's called the Heart Attack Grill.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed SOA in my town, so I have an opinion on Sons of Anarchy, and it is cosplay. For anyone who's ever really, been on a bike, in no way, shape, or form would any of that be going on at all. And I know a few bikes that were used in that show. And the Crafts food service was amazing. Sons of Anarchy, they fed their people. They were great people. They filmed it in the canyons by my job. So like all those scenes where they're rolling through canyons, they're literally over by the ranch. It's weird watching shows like that because they'll go past the street and I'm like, oh, I remember sitting at that bus stop waiting to go to high school. Sitting there. Oh, okay. I love Two Fat Ladies. Cook from the old BBC. I watched that as well. I am it's weird. I'm an old television watcher. If you would laugh if you saw my feed, if you saw my YouTube feed, it's like sewing, old school television. As a matter of fact, where is my phone? What there was something else that I've fallen into. I can't remember now. Oh, the scammer thing. Bob Newhart. I can't remember now. But I found all this television and it keeps on getting recommended to me. And so I'm watching all of this stuff again.
Yes.
I really wonder. I have my door cracked a little bit. I really wonder. My neighbors that walk their dogs, I'm like, I really wonder what they think of me. Because in the morning they see me posing, in front of my house. And then I'm loud. I'm like in my garage loud. Like, is he talking to himself? He's crazy. I knew he was crazy. You owe me $5. I told you he was crazy. I bet you $5. I knew.
Well, you should tell him about your channel. They can just pop right on.
Well, to be fair, I wear my so-called life patches on my rollerblades as I'm scaring the new neighbors. I just got recommended something on YouTube called "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared." Oh, I have to look that up. I'm always looking for new channels. Oh, whoops! I have giant fingers. Don't. Oh, there we go. Oh, good grief! I need something new. Subscribe. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do you know, I'm going to tell you, I'm one of those weird people where I try to look on the bright side of life. It's not always the best way to live, but I try to be positive.
Optimistic. That's what you are.
A long time ago, someone told me life is attitude. So if you walk through life with a crummy attitude, you're going to... And I'm a Karen. I have to have conferences with myself. And sit myself down, be like, William, we're having a conference right now.
It's time to chill out. Mm-hmm.
I don't do the Karen stuff, but I do if I feel like I need to have a confrontation with somebody, I will hash out the entire conversation for like 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm done hashing it out. So we never end up having the conversation that we need to have because I've already done their side and my side.
Yeah.
In a weird way, I've learned to move on, but I'm like that too. Like I like details, but if I have to move on, I will move on,
Oh, I end up moving on, but it's unintentional.
I'm always like, I always jokingly say like I have questions, but in real life I do. I have many. When I reach certain impasses, I'm just like, let's review this real quick. Let's take a step back because I have questions. Oh, I mean, well, I like peas and carrots. Absolutely, absolutely. And Greg Bright's scared to expose his algorithm. My algorithm's so you would laugh at me. You're like, wow, you are the Ned Flanders of sewing. You would be like, there's nothing spicy here. It's so dry. I need to add something spicy to my algo. Oh, I'm a weird stereotype. I'm a 40-something-year-old man who's into sci-fi who hangs out in his garage. It's my garage, but you know, it's a step. Oh.
Why do I need blue? A blue.
I'm so glad that you guys joined tonight. I had big plans, but this is so much better than what I was gonna do. See, but this is what it's about. It's about hanging out, having a good time.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm like a Yorkshire man. I have a lot of patience, but once I hate you, that's it.
Nice to know.
My pops was like that. He'd call it Southern hate. I'm like, let it go, dude. I wish my algo was only fans girls. It would be easier to explain. I can thinking of people when they try to insult me, and that. Do you know I had a boss that, and never say this in an unsafe situation, but still to this day, when people flip me off, I'm always like, "You're not my type." Every time, and I get the strangest. Some people are like, they don't know how to react when I say it. Actually happened to me recently, and I was proud of myself for reacting positive instead of joining the stupidity, you know. Someone in my town, they tried to lower the speed limits, but all it does is make people angry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm 10 and 2, and I'm like, you can pass me if you want. And this person, and they're always in a Tesla, and they passed me all angry, and they had something to say, and I was like, "You're not my type," and it worked. It actually worked.
Okay, that's blue.
Everybody is your type if you drink enough.
I was, when I would drink, I was everyone's friend. I was like I was never angry. I was always like, I love you. Yet another reason why I don't drink.
That's just trouble right there.
You know, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I've had it explained to me. I've watched documentaries on it. I have no idea what couture means. I know people wear juicy couture all the time where I live. I see it everywhere, but I don't know what the word couture means.
Couture is like runway clothes. The samples, it's not ready to wear clothing. It is custom clothing. So when you buy couture clothing, you are buying something made specifically for you or to fit on the dress form.
Yeah. So you are making your own couture clothes.
Yeah.
It's made just for you. Your measurements.
I watch a lot of everything, fashion shows, you name it. People put that word in front of everything. It's lost its meaning to me. And I'm not even saying that to be like,
it's
funny.
It's way overused.
I had no idea what it meant.
I was about to say. Yeah.
I had no idea what it meant.
Now, I will say this, because it's as used as it is right now, it's probably going to have a new meaning within the next 5 years.
Oh, I guarantee it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm way behind the times. I still say rad.
Isn't there a specific fabric line called Juicy Couture?
Yeah. Everywhere here. People
or
still
Juicy
wear
Juice is also a
Juicy Juice for fabric. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, high-end custom.
Well, let me tell you, I haven't had a drink in my anniversary's going on 14 years. I haven't had a drink, and I still sew pineapples on my clothes.
Congratulations.
My drink.
Thank you.
Now all we drink is coffee.
It's
Vietnamese.
so true. So true. There's people that walk in my house and they're like, it's so funny. Someone at the MMA place was like, I don't know how to tell you this. And I'm like, uh-oh. They're like, I love your smell. And I was like, what are you talking about? They're like, you always smell like coffee. It's because I make fresh coffee before I go there and I'm walking around with my cup. And I'm literally drinking my cup in there. Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Yay. Hello, Mona loves ice cream. I know a lot of those makers, yes, they're sample and I didn't know that. It's one of those things. I watch a lot of fashion shows, and a lot of it is in French or Italian. So I have no idea. I think I know what they're saying because I speak Spanish, but just because it has a Latin base doesn't mean you know what they're saying.
No.
Through that. True.
It kind of sounds alike, especially Italian. Certain words are very much alike.
You don't do like little subtitles on the bottom just so you can read?
I forgot about you and the French, Greg. I forgot about that. Greg's waving an American flag over there. Yay! Hello, hello. All right, smoking too much dope is how you put pineapples on your glass. Hey, it's legal where I live. It's legal. And next year, they're going to be smoking in coffee shops. I have no idea how that's going to work. It's going to be legal to smoke in coffee shops in Southern California.
Well, I guess I won't be going to coffee shops in Southern California.
It's going to be so interesting. And, our coffee shop industry has pretty much disappeared. This will revitalize it. This will. Yeah. There used to be a mom and pop coffee shop in every shopping center here, and it's kind of disappeared.
That's sad.
It's even more sad is we don't have bookstores anymore.
Yeah, that is very sad.
The Goodwill is now our bookstore, which is yeah.
I still have Barnes and Noble that I can go into, and Books A Million. I'm trying to think of what the other ones around me.
We had Borders, but they got rid of all of them.
Yeah.
When I was in my early 20s, I remember getting coffee and sitting in Borders. I bought so many books from them.
I would go into the bookstores to go look at all the quilting magazines.
It's sad. We used to have a bookstore in every corner, and now it's something else on every corner.
I don't know of a single bookstore here. So we have a library.
Oh, no, besides the library, yeah.
Not quite the same, though.
That is true. They did put this mega library in my town, but you are right. You can't just go in there and buy a book and walk out.
Mm-mm. And you can't have coffee you can't go sit and drink coffee while you read at the library.
Oh, usually. I missed that. Not mine. Mine, they have security. Like it's
exactly
really weird. It's weird. But I guess it just doesn't have the same vibe, but it's like a mega building. When I was a kid, we had small libraries, like small down home, like a couple halls or something, but they weren't like these mega libraries.
Our library is looking for like a new place to move. Their building they've outgrown it, but they can't find a building that has enough structural stability to support the weight of books.
Oh, yeah.
So like several options have fallen through because the buildings would have to be rebuilt.
We have no bookstores left. Giovanna and Greg Bright are right. That reminds me, my books didn't come this evening. Amazon is just striking out this.
Amazon didn't come by today.
My pineapple shirt didn't come. They say it's going to come tomorrow, so I'll probably wake up and it'll be at my front door.
I know. As soon as I get mine, I'll be like, hey, I got it. I'm ready.
I was going to wear it tonight. I have big plans. Yes, it'll be here tomorrow. Ugh. Oh, my books are not coming. I have an extensive
make
collection
answers.
of Star Trek books, of Star Wars books, and I started collecting Babylon 5 books. I found them on Amazon. Every book that I've ordered has come with either something else or just has not shown up. So I'm not having a good streak with the Babylon 5 books. I need something to do when I'm waiting for my son, Read online gives me a headache. Thank you. I can't do that either, Mona. Mona and I are very much alike. That's why I'm tactile too. I still write, excuse my scribbly writing, but I still write my notes out by hand. I'm old school.
You're an 80s kid. I agree.
Am. Every day is a school day.
Yep.
You can jot on a burger and fries. In my library, they don't care. Oh, I wish. We have a nice library, no food or drinks in ours. I might fall asleep. Have a great night, Giovanna. Thank you so much for stopping by.
I'm actually about to have to go here in a minute too.
I couldn't find it. Oh, thank you so much for stopping by. You are always welcome. See, I'm not doing anything too hardcore. We're just hanging out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm all about having a good time and enjoying,
This is a drama-free zone.
Absolutely. This is definitely a drama-free zone. Absolutely. Have a great night.
I get to get up early in the morning, so
I have to do the same thing sometimes. I have a crazy work schedule, and I am like one of those people that does biphasic sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm crazy. I'm great.
All right. Well, it was fabulous.
Awesome.
You guys have a great night.
Thank you
I
so
love how
much.
I just peer pressure you.
Yeah, we'll work on that. All right. See y'all later.
I'll see you later.
Bye. Oh, I forgot to say thank you for all the times that I called her a Siberian wolf and she never said anything because I didn't have my glasses on. I forgot to say, you always think of the catchy line when the person leaves.
As soon as she left.
I forgot
She'll come back. Just go ahead and apologize right now.
I am so sorry for calling you Siberian wolf. One day I will wear my glasses.
Says the man who will never wear his glasses.
But if you ever want to start a YouTube channel called that, I will totally support that. Even though I looked it up and there's a ton of people that have that name already.
That's probably why. That's another reason.
Do you know what's funny? I typed that in and I got caught up in this really weird world of people doing winter sports in Siberia. And I sat there for a good 45 minutes.
Wormhole.
My kids can't write cursive. Do you know most people even entering the workforce cannot? And this was 5 or 6 years ago. They asked me to stop writing in cursive on the notes. That freaks me out, Greg. They'll have to find it online too. Because we have work orders and all kinds of stuff. So I have to delegate and I'll write like this goes to you, this goes to you. And they asked me to stop writing in cursive.
I have a mix of cursive and print.
If you can't read my doctor's writing, then you obviously are under 40 years old.
Well, that's what I tell my boys. I was like, I promise you, I can read that. Just try.
Oh, that's so weird, Greg. That is so weird to me that people can't. My son can read and write in cursive. I like Siberian wolf. I knew that was you. Thank you so much, Siberian Wind, for putting up with me not being able to read. I blamed the Los Angeles school district, but the truth is it's on me. So I thank you.
This is LA education.
Seriously, thank you so much for coming by. You're always welcome here. I called you Siberian Wolf for at least 3 or 4 times, so I have to apologize. And it was like weeks. It was like a week later.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, it's going to be the name of my punk band, the Siberian Wolves. They had a week in school. That was it. Absolutely. See, that's what I'm saying. They just don't teach cursive anymore. But they don't teach that. Do they teach that in elementary school anymore?
Yes, we do. Well, I go to a charter school. And so we teach it in 3rd grade and in 6th grade.
That's how it was in my day. third grade was the year that you learned how to write in cursive.
Yeah. In North Carolina, that's when you're supposed to go through that.
It was the same thing I remember because they were like, it was a bunch of pressure, and look, I can read and write in cursive.
But then North Carolina said, hey, pandemic's here. You can take that out of the curriculum for the moment. And it never came back.
So this generation is not going to know how to read and write in cursive.
Well, no, not the average kid. I just say, can you sign your name? I need you to be able to sign your name and know what that's your handwriting.
Everything online, no books. That's another thing to me. These kids will never have the experience of walking around with 1,000 pounds of books in your backpack where the straps are holding on for dear life.
You know what? No. Our kids will never know how to take a book and take a paper bag and fold it around and make a sleeve. You know, did you do that with your textbooks?
I still do that.
And then you could draw on them during math class and everything. You know, like your crush's name and all that stuff. That was great.
Whenever especially with my sci-fi books, I cover them to protect the cover because I have them in my truck. I put them in my toolbox. I take them everywhere with me, so I cover them. When was a British dude even the people who invented the language game? I still cover my books. I'm like looking. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Well, at least we got to see the fabric that you might sew on today.
Well, I'm all juiced up off of coffee, so I'll get some sewing done tonight.
That's some nice folding right there. Look at that.
This is Status Seekers. This is a book from I think 1920s, and the funny thing is, it still applies to this very day. It's basically a book on class. It's like a weird study on class and behavior, but it's from the 1920s. Nothing's changed in 100 years. Nothing has changed. It's really eerie how 100 years later we are exactly the same. But if you're bored, look up Status Seekers, Vance Packard. Great book. 5 stars by William. Thank you. Absolutely. The kids on the first question I asked. Oh, that's so like an illiterate pirate. If I catch someone putting an X, we're gonna have a conversation. Yeah. I used to do that, Jess. I would doodle on it. Do you remember the Peachy folders? We'd get the eraser and you could like erase stuff inside the Peachy folders.
My mom couldn't afford those.
I'm from the burbs. They started to teach cursive again in many places. It helps dyslexic kids. Wow, I didn't know that.
Interesting.
Yes. Are you working on the Bargello behind you?
Girl, yes.
Good gravy.
I only have 9 more seams left, and I'm getting it done today.
You're like, oh, it's the whole wall. I have a car cover size.
Oh, it'll get done tonight. I'm on West Coast time.
How many blocks? How many blocks would I need to cover a 1988 Ford F-150?
How big's your block?
The truck is 25 feet long.
Okay, so 25 feet long. But like, how big do you want each block to be?
I don't know. You know, I'm a rookie, coach. You know.
Okay, so charm. Okay. I got you. So it's 25 by what?
I need to do 8 feet. I think it's 8 feet wide in the front.
8 feet. So if I
I believe. Hey, Skids, how's it going?
Interesting.
The truck's huge. It is huge. Flourish escape. Hello.
Well, if you just wanted, it's not long. He said it's not long. Well, if you want to put see, because there's so many angles and everything, but if you just wanted to cover the area, like the top part, you need like 480 5-inch squares, and that's not including the seams. So like,
Greg might be right because I might be 25 or 30 with the trailer.
okay.
I might be thinking with the
But
trailer.
But I mean, we're looking at like thousands. Are you really wanting to cover your truck?
I've been threatening to make that for 5 years now. I've been threatening to make it for 5 years.
Because now, I mean, I need like volume, like I need like height and everything.
And I have 2 trucks in front of my house. I have a non-op 2001 F-150 that was a lemon, and then my 1988 Ford F-150. Okay. And they're both in my driveway, and my neighbors hate me for both of them. I'm that neighbor who has a non-op truck in front of their house. I am that neighbor.
I can see you waterproofing the fabric and making something to go over it.
The trailers for the quilt for the yes. Or we can go full Dumber and Dumber, and I can make a Shaggy dog on my truck. Oh, I just had a great idea. Patent pending.
I'm not writing it down. That's Kilroy. That's your attorney.
I could go full Shaggy dog like Dumb and Dumber. That's a lot of material. Yeah, I could smell that too. I don't know.
Don't do it. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Fake Fendi truck. I still have half a roll of that fake Fendi material from downtown, and a literal manufacturer roll too. Like I still have a ton of that material. Denim car cover. I wonder if I have that much in here right now. I bet I did. If I went and collected everything and just started sewing it together, I probably have enough to cover the car. I just gave you volume. I have the same.
I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to say you do not have enough.
A long time ago, almost 6 years ago, someone told me they were a hater. They're like, one day you're going to run out of denim. I'm not a big city lawyer, but it's been 6 years and I'm still here. Me and my denim are
like that was just.
I gotta show my. I can't even say that. I have to show this character Woody off.
Okay.
Context. Everything in context.
Okay.
So I said the first thing that came to my mind. It didn't come off completely wrong. What if someone had not seen Woody? I had to point out the fact that Woody is right here. This is Woody.
I wasn't paying attention to your shirt. I'm sorry.
Oh, my son watched it so many times. I hated the movie. Now I have a very fancy Jeep with heated leather seats, and I never drive the death trap. Same with my truck. That's the problem because I have a modern car, but I use my truck for work. But besides that,
I think you should just cover the seats.
Do you have the Singer rug attachment? Oh my gosh. If I did, I would go full Dumb and Dumber on a few vehicles.
Bad choice.
You need to rent a shipping container to keep that much material in while you work. Okay. This totally reminds me of I need to be talked out of something.
Yes.
On Amazon,
you don't need a shipping container.
On Amazon, they have so there are these hand sewing machines, but they're made for sewing, like it's an industrial thing. They show it, they're sewing bags of rice together, but I don't live in a place, you know what I'm saying? I want one of those. I want to make a 100-foot Klingon flag or something the size of the gym.
Okay.
It may not be 100 feet, but it'll be big.
I believe in you.
But they're only like $90.
That's chunk change for you.
But the problem is I read reviews and I can tell all the tops are the people who work there or are affiliated. They're like, this is the greatest machine ever. Someone's sitting over there. I'm like, keep typing. More positivity in this review. More positivity. I'm not kidding you. You can tell when people are getting I want one so bad. And then I watched on Amazon, they have the little infomercials and people are doing it all efficient. I'm like, oh, I want one so bad. My truck goes to the nursery or the hardware store and that's it. Nobody needs a shipping container. Doesn't mean you should get a shipping container.
No one needs it.
I actually have 2 outside my job, they are so much work. If they're not man, you need to seal them. It's work. Owning a shipping container is fancy until you have one. It sounds like fun until you have one.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you.
You don't need that, William. I want one too. Thank you, Terry. I want one so bad. I want one.
Walk away.
It's because I'm addicted to Amazon. You gamble enough online purchases, you might as well. Okay, so that's one vote no and one vote yeah. None of the thing. Chain stitch bag machine. Ollie Papa knows exactly what it is. Potato sacks, any old style sack that they have in the past, like burlap or flour sacks. That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
If you can weld, you need. If you can weld, you need one. I actually get paid to weld. Oh, that's the only reason I'm sitting here is because I went to school to learn how to weld. Go to trade school, kids. My friend who's a potato farmer has the line sack closer, fast sewing machine. I want one so bad. But can you do practical sewing on that? Like, could I just like make a giant flag? I want to like. I'm picturing myself walking and sewing like this. I'm not kidding you.
So who's going to hold it taut for you? So you don't.
I have a child. He can stand on the back of the flag while I'm like sewing.
I can just see you just going, and then you're like off.
I have all kinds of counterweights.
Okay. Good to know.
I could like roll my car under have the car catch a corner.
This is such a bad idea. Bad idea. No, don't do it.
I blew it. I want one so bad. It's because I'm addicted to Amazon. And I'm not kidding you. I sit in my bed and I'm like, I don't need that. Oh, I kind of want that. Oh, I kind of want that.
Next week, video's going to pop up and there's going to be a shipping container in his backyard.
I have a crane. My neighbors would be so mad. I could put it over my house, no problem. I wouldn't have to get papers or anything. I have a crane.
You never have to go back into the shed, but you have to make sure you seal it so that raccoon can't get in.
I would put the shipping container on top of the shed. That's how mad I am at that freaking raccoon.
Get the bike out first. Remember, the kid wants the bike.
And I have a professional table saw. My tile saw, my real tile saw is in there. Someone I work with was like, I need a tile saw. They're like, I was like, here's the keys to my house. And they're like, are you serious? I was like, there's a raccoon guarding it. Needless to say, no one went and got the tile saw.
I wouldn't be afraid. I'm like, bring it on.
William, I do want to sew a giant hoodie with that. I do. Someone. No flags, sails, etc. in the wind do not last at all. And you know what's funny? Right now, we have 30, 40 mile an hour winds and it's normal where I live. Like, it's normal to be extremely windy where I live.
So if you make this 100-foot flag, what are you going to do? Use it, put it on top of your roof? I mean,
okay. So there is a guy who owns Camping World, and he actually put 100-foot flag, and the city of Los Angeles sued him, and he won. So I know I can legally have a flag that large.
Okay. So where are you going to put it? Exactly.
I have a 30-foot flagpole on the side of my house.
30-foot for a 100-foot flag. Do the math.
I'll block my neighbor's house. Wouldn't be the first time. Won't be the last. Oh, they're turning them into tiny homes. I've seen so many horror stories, Mona, about people that I could go off about shipping containers. They're not necessarily something you want to live in. And if they're airtight, it creates mold. Because as human beings, we're living beings. You know, we're breathing in, breathing out. We literally create mold in those things. Do you see the broom sewing machine? All you need is a gantry when you still attach sewing machine to. Okay, I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna all that stuff is in the shed with the raccoon.
That's why y'all tore up.
Not the copper kettle. I need something. I definitely need something like that. Just as does it have
Bring it
a
on.
70-foot flagpole extension? I could make one. I actually challenged the city with my 30-foot flagpole, and no one said a word to me because I don't live near an HOA.
Mhm. Mhm. You can get 25-foot ones.
25-foot extension?
Yeah.
That's not bad. It
No.
gets so windy here. I will be so sued if that fell on my neighbor's house. They're like in California, they're like, oh, something dropped on my house. I'm injured. I'm gonna you ruined my life. I'm gonna sue you.
I can see it now. It's a sunny day. You put it up, and all of a sudden it goes dark across your neighbor's house.
See, but they wouldn't even flinch though, because
They
I'm
walk out, and there it is.
a Klingon flag too. They would be like, why did I move here? And these guys are new too. My neighbor next door, she wouldn't even flinch. But the new people would be like, why did I? And I'm so smiley to them. I am so nice to them. I feel so sorry they moved next to me. My house smells like a college dorm room. I feel so sorry that they. Oh,
Well, it's windy now.
that is true. You can. It's washing the sky. It's washing my house. Oh,
Get the power washer out.
I
I'm pretty
have.
sure you have one of those.
I actually do. I actually do. I actually own my own power washer. I do.
Who would have put it past you?
I have a commercial one and the real. Oh, I have a gas powered one and the one you can plug in. I've seen rugs destroy sewing machines. So I would like. I actually learned that in my young sewing age. Never make a rug on your domestic sewing machine. It will destroy your machine.
Good to know.
I could never live in a tiny home. I have too much crap. Same. I think about that. I would need like 15 tiny homes on a property, just in a big circle.
I just want a huge shed in the back of my house, like a 24-foot by 12.
Have you
that I
seen
can
those
just turn into a
Lowe's,
studio.
those Lowe's houses?
Yes.
Okay, I saw a video and this guy was talking trash. He's like, this is a shed. Give me like 6 of those. I'll live. I would live. I would put like a little tiny village. I'd put them in a big circle.
Look at Greg's going to come. He's going to come help you out.
I have lodging and
City boy
food.
can't, but come on, Greg.
Hey, you are more than welcome. I eat like an emancipated 13-year-old. You would love my house. I have soda, chicken fingers, cheese puffs, and I'm not kidding. You'd love
Hummus.
my house.
Eats hummus too.
Tiny house. I went off today on hummus because somebody was talking about it. I was at the grocery store. I'm like, I miss you.
You double dipped, didn't you?
Oh, well, it's almost
so
gone.
much you double dipped it.
Oh, I'm destroyed. I was cooking and eating hummus. I was good times.
Amazing.
Tiny houses are a scam. They are. It's a long story, but that's actually one of the city council meetings. Someone I knew built a bunch of tiny homes. We brought them downtown, and the city towed them and destroyed them.
Oh.
So I'm shocked I didn't get famous for that city council meeting because I walked in and was asked to leave because I said, "What is it illegal to help people?" And they didn't like my tone. And it is. It's illegal to help people in California.
Illegal. Everything's illegal in California. Can't help anybody.
Oh. That costs more than my house. Okay, they do, and that's another thing. They do. It's crazy to me. And I knew somebody who I absolutely, utterly, and completely respected. She lived in it was a modular home, but it was beautiful. It wasn't like what you would think. We have a modular home in the hills. There's this really weird community, and I'd never been there. And I walked up, and it was actually really classy. And those are still cheaper than a tiny home. And her house was huge. It was, relatively speaking, it was huge. How can you afford a power washer with California water bills? Oh man, that's real though. That is real. That's why it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens with gas and everything, because we're still paying like $5
Yeah.
for gas.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's why like everyone's like, oh, why do you go to Nevada so much? They're paying like two something,
Mhm.
like $3 in Nevada, you know. Same in Arizona. It's way cheaper than here.
Yeah, North Carolina has the highest taxes, and we're only paying 280 something right now.
I filled up my truck the other day. It was like 280. And then just to fill up my car the other day, I stopped looking at $85. And I was at a quarter tank when I came to fill it up.
Oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, people make life decisions at the gas pumps in California. I've seen people, they're like watching it, they're like, nope, I can't afford it.
$20, that's it.
I've been there. You should have
Mhm.
seen. I paid with change. This one guy's like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "This is America. That's currency." Paraphrase on Swanson. Hummus is the food my food eats. I love hummus, but really, I think it's what it's mixed with, whatever it's mixed with.
In your case, crackers.
You don't need a tiny home. You just have to not live where everyone else wants to live. I think about this all the time. I've been threatening to move out to the desert for a while now.
You'll never survive.
I want to live somewhere like in New Mexico. People live out in the middle of nowhere, but you can still see the city. You can like see the city from like if you turn this way, it's like absolute nothingness. But if you turn this way, you can see the city over there. Like I like that. You turn the pump handle upside down. Oh. I don't know. And I've said this a gajillion times about van life. Van life scares me. That used to be a threat that people would say to their kids if they didn't finish college. Van life scares me. I think it's because my parents literally were those people that were like, if you don't finish school, you're going to live in a van down by the river. And now people actually do that.
Yeah. That reminds me of Saturday Night Live.
I stopped watching that a long time ago. They just call you too weak for the country.
He couldn't do it. I'm serious. He couldn't do it.
I do it for a living.
I've only known you for like, what, 2 months. I know you couldn't do it.
Like I said, if I could see the city, I'd be on my International Harvester singing the song. Most places don't accept tiny houses because they aren't built to regulations, especially with the shipping container ones. There are so many problems that happen with that. It's not even funny. I've seen amazing builds, but you know, it's kind of a pipe dream. He's a welder and a rancher. He might be all right. Exactly. I know how to fabricate anything.
No, he like lives in a split life situation. He can do it
I
8
do.
hours. 8 hours. But then
I have minions too. Can I bring people? Can I like
no,
can I have an army of people helping me?
no, you can't.
But if you're like in the 1800s, if you're the ranch owner, I'm holding my imaginary hooter. Do you see me? I went straight to. I'm talking about the 1800s. And I'm like, boop, I'm ready. Straight to John Wayne movie. Straight
You're
to
on your horse.
It's for real. I'm not kidding. But they had a posse. You know, can I have a posse? Oh. He's used to fast food and grocery stores down the road. That is true. I could literally walk to. I could go uphill and there's 2 grocery stores and a Walmart. I could less than 4 minutes, 5-minute walk. There's a grocery store out just like literally on the main boulevard of my town. Nice part about Indiana is there are literally no regulations here. I'm using literally correctly. That's the one thing I like about Nevada is they have no laws.
Well, now you know where you can move.
Oh my gosh, my mom asked me that today and she scared me. I'm like, why do you want to move? She's like, would you ever live in Arizona again or Nevada? And I'm like, why? Why are you questioning me? What's going on?
She found a house.
Oh, that's different.
Oh, she probably found a place.
Property value wise? Are you kidding me? It's still cheap. That's another thing I look up sometimes, are houses. And they're all popping up because my phone is pinging off of all these things in Vegas. So my
Yeah.
phone's like, oh, you're going there all the time. Do you want to live there?
Mhm.
It's like offering me, do you know for 300,000 I can own something that's like this, literally double the size of my house? And my house, my property value is $1 million, and let me tell you, $1 million isn't what it used to be.
No.
I live in a 3-bedroom house I have a big backyard. I have a side yard that used to be a dog run. That's still not $1
How many
million
square
bucks.
feet is your house?
I don't want to say. I don't want to say because when I was a little kid,
I was
when
about
you,
to calculate it.
when you think of $1 million bucks, like those people have butlers, you know. You think of mansions and like, nah. Now the new having $1 million is a 3-bedroom house and a plot of land. You know, it's sad.
A tenth of an acre.
When anyone like moves in, I'm like, you're rich. There's people that moved in there. There's this at the end of the cul-de-sac. There's this one house. It has a national park as a backyard because
Mm.
you know everybody has plots like this, but theirs goes like this. I know they paid $1 million something, and I look at them. I'm like, you're rich because you paid all that money to live next to me. I feel like I should get dressed up every time they come out. I'm like wearing shorts in my vest. I'm like, welcome to the neighborhood, guys. Welcome.
Hey, you're real. That's all they need. Yep.
It's weird to me. It's weird to me that people would pay that much to live here.
Right.
You could have like 6 or 7 houses if you lived anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
There's no way on earth I would pay $1 million to have neighbors. That's exactly what it is here too. That's exactly what it is. My house is 500K and I couldn't afford it. If I bought it today, my pops used to always say that back in the day because the property value just kept on skyrocketing around here. Homes here go for 1.5 mil attached to both sides with a small backyard and no driveway. Thank you. It's great. Hey, Nancy. Hello, hello. Great to see you. Great to see you. Property values are insane here. That's why when people move in, I'm like, you must have inherited money from a long lost uncle or something. I still want to know what my neighbor does for a living. Oh, man. Yay. Why are you still up, Nancy? Absolutely. I'm going to end this in a minute. I had no idea we were going to be going, having a great show tonight.
I had to kill something. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. I know you're the champion of your house.
Hey.
Bring up the champion. I'm the champion of my house. When there's something that has to be exterminated, shoot outside, or examined, they call it the champion.
Oh, I didn't know that's what we called each other.
I'm thinking of that movie
Please.
with Brad Pitt when he played Achilles, and they're like, and he's like, "This is your champion." Oh wow! See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Where is he?
Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I spent $30,000 for my house on 3 acres, and that's what you would never do. That would never happen here. 3 acres, that would be like $4 or $5 million where I live. Just being in that country is cracking. Call the champion, but you can't. It's because I can't. There's laws. It's not like
It's probably like 85 pounds.
oh, it sounds like a human on my roof. I've
probably been through the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. I take 81 or 95 up there sometimes.
Honestly, that raccoon has more protections in this state than I do. That's the only reason I can't do anything to it. You know, the bad part of the younger people will never get their home paid for. I think about that all the time. They'll never have that experience unless they like inherit it, you know. It's really sad. That is so true. All right, we've been going for 2 hours.
Wow.
I actually had sewing planned this evening, but Siberian Wind, not Wolf. Everybody should go subscribe to the Siberian Wind.
Absolutely. She's amazing. She is amazing.
Absolutely. I love her channel. And I've learned so much from quilting with you guys. But I'm not gonna like say the lingo
Quilting
yet.
with us or watching our quilting videos?
Watching.
Because I'm like, you've never quilted with me. Don't lie to the people.
Like I said, you're the champ. You are the people's champion. I have coyotes all over my property, so I don't have raccoons. I need to get a coyote and just put it in my backyard. Set the raccoon a Mickey. Absolutely, Tammy is sweet. Absolutely. I will be back at it on Saturday with a pineapple shirt, hopefully. Amazon. I know you're always listening because I have an A word in the room.
With the three of us?
Of course.
Okay,
Of
remember,
course.
I only come if I get cordially invited.
I need to get horns. I need to get the do. And then someone comes and hands you a scroll, like you are cordially invited to join this wacko.
Mm-hmm. Favorite candy?
Oh. I would take Jess in a fight with a 95 pound raccoon. Oh, y'all are raccoon shaming me. That thing, I can't touch that thing. And you know what the funny thing is? Much like the chipped cougar, that thing might have a microchip. That's how crazy California is.
True. But okay, so before I fence in my backyard for this dog I have now, a raccoon used to come up into my backyard and into, I don't know, this patio area that I have. And I walked outside with him sitting in the cat vents. And I just walk right up, like near him and come back out. He never bothered me. I'm a raccoon whisperer.
The raccoon felt my angst. We've seen each other quite a few times. It runs. It knows.
Oh, they don't run with me.
It sees my eyebrows. It knows. It randomly turns on. Oh. My brother put mixed fruit in 95% alcohol and let them sit in a couple months. He didn't like them and put them in the compost. The raccoons got into them and two staggered away.
I believe that.
Oh, you had a pet raccoon?
Smoke them out.
If I set a fire, I would be on the news. No. I have a fog machine.
Yeah. Look at Nancy had a pet raccoon.
I'm not a fan of those things. Oh, Nancy. I don't know. That's like people who have depouched skunks and stuff like that. Could you have a skunk if it was depouched? Same. Alexa does this to me all the time. And I thought I turned the sensitivity down, but Michelle has shown me that the sensitivity is not there.
You guys like to play off of each other.
Alexa, we play off of each other's A words. Alexa's. See, it all just went south. That whole thing just went south. Thank you. All right. We've had a great time. Met new friends here in the House of Sewing. Coach came and saw. But seriously, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, it's been fun. I'll be on Katie's channel on Friday.
Yay! I already hit the notification for that. I had a pet raccoon. My mom was not happy. I'm not a raccoon fan. My uncle had a pet skunk. He had a scent sack. It was a whole life. I'd never got anybody. Wow.
It's amazing.
Absolutely. Well, there's certain questions I ask and it'll ignore me. And I'm like, ooh, did I hurt your feelings?
It's AI. No feelings.
I was Ellie Mae when I was younger. That's awesome. Have a great night, Terry. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back at it on Saturday with the pineapples. Hopefully my shirt is here. I'm going to say it again, Amazon. Hopefully my shirt is here.
It will be. It will be.
I will. I'll be back at it on Saturday. I hope everybody has a great week. I'm going to have a Friday sews out. Hopefully I'll have a Friday sews out. I will see everybody in the chat. If not, I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a great evening. And like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next time. Bye.